Our next topic, Anthony Davis is currently on top of the key MVP ladder, and he's been playing absolutely dominant to start the season. 32.6 points a night, 11.7 boards. This season has been Anthony Davis's true coming out party for the Los Angeles Lakers. We knew how great a player he was, especially back on the Pelicans and on that 2020 Lakers bubble team. But at the end of the day, especially when he was on the Lakers, that was definitively LeBron James' team. Anyone else, they came second. And front office wise, you still kind of see that. JJ Redick, he's LeBron's buddy at the head coaching position. And then the Lakers, of course, they went out and drafted Bronny. However, on the court right now, this is Anthony Davis' team, first and foremost, and the Lakers live or die by Anthony Davis' performances. He's taking a ton of shots, and he's making 57% of them, and he is atop the key MVP ladder right now. And I think that is very well deserved. Anthony Davis is one of the best players in basketball to never truly get a major award. No MVP, no DPOY, despite being one of the best defensive players that we've seen in the past decade. Anthony Davis has never really received his flowers, and as long as he's been on the Lakers, it's never really been perceived as his team. But right now, he's playing undeniably, and while the Lakers are truly off to a middling start to start the year, they got off really hot, but they've cooled down ever since. I think that at the end of the day, they are in a good position because they are not relying on a 39-year-old basketball player who's still great, but they're not relying him to play out the whole game. They can allow Anthony Davis to close it and be the star, the guy to go to if they have to. And I think that's huge for the sustainability of this Lakers team. LeBron and AD were relatively healthy last year, but previously they would both deal with injuries, and obviously AD has been the more injury-prone throughout his career. But in terms of, just looking at it from the perspective of a 39-year-old versus a guy in his early 30s, who are you going to trust more at this point in their careers, despite how great LeBron is, to be the one to lead this Lakers team and have the high motor and be the guy when you need him? I trust Anthony Davis more at this point, and that is not a knock on LeBron as much as it is a testament to Anthony Davis' ability. Now, that does bring up the question of injuries, and it would be a shame to see Anthony Davis get injured in this season because this looks like his real year for the Lakers to officially be his team. And it's not only good for the Lakers right now, I believe, to not have to rely on LeBron. It's great for their future, too. Because, yes, AD is getting up there in age, but he's going to be around the league longer than LeBron is. And for the Los Angeles Lakers, they spent so much time making trades, acquiring guys to favor LeBron and try to extend a championship window around him. But LeBron's not going to be there forever. However, who's going to be there in the years after LeBron? Anthony Davis. So to have a year like this, where so far Anthony Davis has solidified himself as the 1A, not the 1B on this team, that is great for the Lakers, not just right now, to not have to rely on LeBron playing 40 minutes a night, but it's great for the long-term outlook of them. And not necessarily long-term, but, for the next 5 years or so after LeBron's gone, I think that they are in a much better position than they were even a year ago in terms of that. And honestly, D'Lo has not got off to a good start to the year. He always gets off to a slow start. It's a continuing theme. If anyone is surprised right now, they really shouldn't be. But I know D'Lo just got some criticism from JJ Redick. However, if he's able to get back up to his normal level and perform at a better level than he is right now, I think that D'Lo could be a very solid second option. Because as a third, that's kind of where your defense becomes more noticeable if it's bad, because the second option, you can make up for the flaws with the role players behind him. But as a third, you become more of a role player. And so I think for D'Angelo Russell, if he was able to be the second man behind AD after LeBron's retirement, that would actually be a really good role for him, in my opinion, because the defensive flaws would not be as noticeable because he's asked to do more on the offensive end instead of just being a supporting piece. And yes, he can be inconsistent on offense, but pure talent-wise, he is one of the better offensive engines in the entire league. And I think you could really build something around that. And overall, Anthony Davis, he's off to a great start to the year, top of the key MVP ladder. And that is great news for the Los Angeles Lakers that this can finally be Anthony Davis' team. And I believe that he can lead them to great things. LeBron can still be a great, valuable, contributing player. However, at the end of the day, you have to roll with who's doing the most out there, and that is Anthony Davis on both the offensive and defensive end of the floor.